Good Monday morning. It's October 26th, 2020, and it's a good morning because it's another day upright, another day alive, able to breathe in the air. I'm Guy McPherson of GuyMcPherson.com. Type those letters in, it'll take you to Nature Bats Last. I'm going to provide a few headlines since the markets closed last Friday up until this morning as the stock markets open in the United States today. Okay, from right after the close last week, the headline at Barron's reads, "The Dow dropped this past week. Why it's time to put your worries away." And then, in what could have been the sequel to the piece from the Washington Post, America is about to enter its worst stretch yet. Those seem to be somewhat contradictory. As an indication that this time the Post is right instead of Barron's, here's a few other headlines. College-age Americans face permanent hit with few job prospects, because that's what happens when you have the greatest depression underway in the midst of a pandemic. From CNN Business, Santa is skipping Macys for the first time in 159 years. That's right. There'll be no Miracle on 34th Street this year. Santa Claus won't be visiting any Macy's stores, ending a 159-year holiday season tradition. 159 years of Santa Claus showing up at Macy's, and this year we're just not doing that. But remember, according to Barron's, there's nothing to worry about. It's time to put your worries away. From CNN, Fukushima water release could change human DNA, Greenpeace warns. Well, of course, and I've been pointing this out literally for years, that what happened on March 11th, 2011 could well be an extinction event for our species and many others on Earth. And finally, we have somebody, Greenpeace in this case, being disparaged by CNN for pointing out that in fact ionizing radiation spilled all over the world is probably a bad idea, even for such clever species as Homo sapiens. From CNN, a follow-up on that same story, contaminated water that could soon be released. What about the water that was already released by the tons into the ocean? Contaminated water that could soon be released from the sea into the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant contains radioactive carbon with the potential to damage human DNA, environmental rights organization Greenpeace has warned. Yeah, duh. From CNBC, U.S. reports more than 83,000 coronavirus cases, record daily total, as experts warn of difficult winter. From Reuters, U.S. sees highest number of new COVID-19 cases in past 2 days. So it seems to me that almost all the news is pointing away from the Barron's headline, "The Dow dropped this past week, why it's time to put your worries away." All the news since then, a couple of days since then, is pointing in the wrong direction for any sort of economic recovery or even continuation of our species here on Earth. From Bloomberg, China this morning, China to sanction Boeing, Raytheon over arms sales to Taiwan. Again, all the information just keeps pointing the wrong way with respect to the continuation of the set of living arrangements and therefore the continuation of our persistence as a species on this particular planet. So where are we at? It looks like the stock markets could be catching up with reality, at least for today. Well, at least for this morning at 9:33 Eastern Time, and factoring in the 30-minute lag from when the stock market numbers are reported and when I get them. The Dow Jones is down more than 300 points and NASDAQ is down about 65, and the S&P 500 is following suit as well. So it appears that all that bad news is finally starting to catch up to traders, and they're recognizing that we can't maintain the horrors of civilization indefinitely and also maintain something called the industrial economy. I'm not happy about human extinction, don't get me wrong, but I'm not happy about extinction of any organisms. Not even you. It's quite an admission.